Can we all just take a mother effing moment and thank the sun and honor the sun and the sun gods for this fabulous lighting? I mean, hello. So what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tony Michelle and welcome to the mother effin' Leo new moon, boo. This is a time where you have 100% full permission. You can even put it on me, okay? You can even say, Tani told me I had full permission to be my mother effing self, okay? To be confident, to love myself, to go big or to go home. Hi, future me here really quick. I just wanted to add really quick before this beautiful video starts. I really think this video turned out really good, but make sure you watch the beginning of it. Anyways, before this video starts, I just wanted to add that I am doing a badass, massive self-love and self-confidence Leo new moon ritual this Sunday on my Patreon that you can get for only $5. Okay, if you sign up for the $5 membership, $5 a month, you can cancel at any time. You can get this ritual. I also am going to be doing live Monday night astrology sessions where we go over the astrology for the upcoming week, unfiltered on Patreon, where I can be raw and real, and talk about how to get through certain astrology transits, what's coming in the upcoming week, connecting the astrology to current events, if that's your thing. And you can ask questions and stuff too. So if you're interested, sign up down below for my Patreon for the $5 membership. You can get all that for $5, okay? And join us for this Leo new moon ritual and our upcoming lives on Monday nights starting this coming Monday. So yeah, I will see you guys. Well, wait, hold on. Let's get back to the video. This is the time where you have full permission to go all fucking out, okay? You have full permission to drop what you're doing, to worry about you, to be dramatic, soak up the vibes of this beautiful Leo energy that we could all use some more of right now. I feel like we could all use some self-love, right? So basically, hi, hope you're doing well. Welcome to this Leo new moon video. We are having a Leo new moon on August 8th. After I talk about the new moon and what we can all expect for the new moon, which make sure you watch this part because it's really important, I also will then go into how it will affect the 12 signs and your rising sign specifically, so make sure that you watch that at the end as well. What is a new moon? How I always start this off, right? A new moon is when the sun and the moon align in the sky in the same sign. So basically the moon goes dark. This is a blank slate of void creation, right? Anything's possible on a new moon. This is where we plant seeds for a new beginning. New moon equals new beginnings. It clears a way for anything to happen because the sun and the moon are aligning. The light and the dark are aligning. But because the sun is so bright, the moon basically becomes hidden. You can't see it in the sky. And so new moons were a time of allowing new energy to come in. It's kind of like creating space for new energy to flow in, for new things, new beginnings. This particular Leo new moon is a big one. There's a lot going on in the astrology at the time of this new moon. Not only do we have this Leo new moon, but this new moon is coming out of a square with Uranus and coming out of an opposition with Saturn, right? We basically just got a reality check, right before this new moon starts. So within the last couple weeks, we got some kind of reality check. We had to really kind of face our consequences or face the long-term commitments, looking at things from a realistic or more practical standpoint, face our restrictions, face our limits. We really had to face those things in the face, basically. And then right after that, we were like, you know what? It's time, you know what I mean? It is time to get out of my comfort zone. I see where I've been limiting myself due to other people or to society or to conditioning or whatever the case may be. But I also see where it's time to break free from these limitations. It's time to stand for my own independence, even when it's uncomfortable. It's time to really embrace my individuality, embrace my unique qualities. It's time to basically break free, right? And then boom, we have this new moon. And this new moon is basically like, are you gonna walk the talk? Are you gonna actually walk the talk? This is a time where it's like, Okay, new moon, new me, especially because it's in Leo, and Leo is all about the personality, right? So it's like new moon, new me. Where do I need to change certain things about myself in order to be more in alignment with who I really am, or in order to do certain things that I really want to do? Where have you been holding yourself back, right? Where have you been basically giving yourself the message through certain actions, habits, behaviors, relationships, whatever the case may be, friend groups, society itself? Where have you been giving in to certain things, which simultaneously is giving yourself the message that you don't deserve something, or you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, right? Where have you been doing these things? Because these things are coming up with this Leo new moon for you to look at and for you to address. These same things of where you don't feel worthy, where you don't feel good enough, where you haven't been respecting yourself, where you haven't been honoring your own boundaries, where you haven't been honoring your true potential, right? That is what's coming up with this Leo new moon. It is a time of healing our own sense of self-expression, where we've been holding back or limiting our self-expression, where we've been limiting our talents, our potential, our creativity because of other people, where we've been saying, oh no, like I can't do that, that's too big, that's too bold, I can't express myself this way because people might get angry, or I can't say this thing because this might happen. Like, no, this is a time of being like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna be me no matter what, right? I'm gonna stand in my truth. I'm going to stand in my bravery and in my courage, right? Because that is also what happens with Leo energy, right? And even though it may be a risk, even though it may disrupt some things in your life, would you rather stay true to yourself? Would you rather honor your integrity or keep honoring something that is not actually you, right? Would you rather keep honoring something that is not actually who you are as a person and not really in alignment with who you are as a person? This is about integrity. This is about bravery. This is about respecting yourself, not allowing other people to disrespect you. Because when you allow other people to alter your decisions on what's good for you and what isn't, when you allow other people to basically run your life, like where you're making decisions based off, oh, what is this person going to think, or what is that person going to think, or where you're in fear to be yourself, then that is constantly, you are constantly then sending the message to yourself that you're not good enough, that the you that you are isn't good enough, that you have to be someone else, you have to repress certain parts of yourself in fear of other people not liking those parts of you. You're basically constantly sending the message to yourself that you don't like who you are, or it's not okay to be who you are. Therefore, you start becoming someone that you're not, right? And therefore, you start separating, and you get to a place where you are lost, where you can't find your way back to who you really are, where you can't really find your way back to your heart. And there's a way to embrace this energy without getting caught up in ego or conceitedness or whatever, right? There's a way to embrace this energy where you can be you and you can still spread love. You can still cheer on others. You can still help others. You can still empower others, right? And that is what we need more of in the world right now, right? Because if you really think about it, and me and my significant other talk about this like all the fucking time, but if you really think about it, right, every side to every fucking issue that we have going on in the world right now all thinks that they are truly helping in their own way, right? They all think like, oh, we need to do this because this is going to help us, or we need to do that because this is going to help us. But either fucking way, everybody thinks that their way is the right way to help, right? And so at the end of the day, what we all do have in common is that we all do genuinely care about everybody. But at the same time, are just divided on how to do it. But that division creates separation. That division creates a certain resistance to, you know, what other people feel or what other people are going through or how other people are seeing things or other opinions, other perspectives. And that then starts creating hate, right? Which is the opposite of love. And so, you know, I think that with this Leo new moon, the reason that I'm bringing this up is because this deals with the heart. And a lot of the times, the people that we hate or the people that we are envious of, or when we start feeling like we need to be right or we need to be at the top or we need to compete or whatever the case may be, it's actually because the person that we are feeling against or the people we are feeling against likely has something that we've repressed within us, right? They're mirroring something within us. And so basically, if you love yourself, you start to accept others more easily. You start to love others more easily. You start to, it doesn't mean that you're just gonna lay down and be someone to walk all over, right? Like, but you still can have boundaries. You can still, you know what I mean, respect yourself, respect others, and not put up with people disrespecting you. But when you can open your heart to yourself, you immediately open your heart to others, because at the end of the day, we are all one. We are all connected. Separation is an illusion, but it's very real while we're playing this human game or whatever you want to call it, right? And so those are some things to think about with this Leo new moon. You know, are we being authentic to ourselves, or are we just caving to get validation from others? Are we just going against our integrity instead of standing in our integrity just to get along with others, or just to have others like us, or just so we can be seen in a positive light, right? Because you never know how your act of bravery will not only help you, but it will also inspire others. You know what I mean? That's how you inspire others, by being authentic to yourself. And another big thing that I want to say here is that this Leo new moon is a chance for us to face some kind of fear in our lives that has been holding us back. We've seen the fear over these last few weeks. We've seen what it is in our lives that we are scared of, that we are allowing to limit us, to restrict us, to hold us back, that we think that we can't handle, or that we think we can't face, or that we think that we don't have the courage to face, right? Or we think we can't do it. This new moon is a chance to prove yourself to yourself. This new moon is a chance to face those fears in order for you to move forward. Because how the fuck do you build confidence, right? How do you really build confidence? By going through hard shit, by walking through hard shit, by facing challenges, by facing fears, right? That is how you build confidence. Because once you do that, you're like, holy shit, I just did that. You know what I mean? I'm a freaking badass. I can't believe I just did that. Your perception of yourself starts to change. But when you constantly avoid and you constantly just allow others to take the wheel, when you constantly sit in the background and try not to shake the boat or rock the boat, when you constantly, you know, change yourself to try to get validation from others, when you're constantly not being authentic to who you are and you're constantly putting things off and running from fear, you begin to build this perspective about yourself, or this perception of yourself. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't, or you're not good enough, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So you have to watch that, you know what I mean? Because it can become really easy to fall into, oh, well, there's no way I could ever do that, or I'm not good enough for that, or, you know, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Tell yourself yes for this Leo new moon. Literally tell yourself yes. Tell yourself, yes, I'm gonna fucking do it, and do it, right? Make the decision. That is where it fucking starts. That is where intention setting fucking starts, is to make the damn choice that you're gonna do it and you're not gonna hold back. And I even just got a new tattoo. It's still healing, so it looks a little crazy right now, but it says now or never. And me and my best friend got matching tattoos because Now, it's very important to us. We want to remember that it really is now or never. You know what I mean? Maybe not in every situation. I know there's going to be situations where it's like, okay, you need to think this through a little bit, right? But right now is not the time. Right now is like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? And I'm somebody that also puts shit off a lot. I'm somebody that also, you know, waits in the background, or, you know, at times, or will tell myself I want to do something but then never do it, right? And so this Leo new moon is a chance for us to break current habits that are restricting us, that are not allowing us to expand beyond our fear, to see our full potential, to grow our self-love, to grow our confidence, to see what we're capable of, right? This Leo new moon is a chance for us to sit in the motherfucking throne, to put the damn crown on and be who we really are, to act in our sovereignty rather than run from shit, right? It is a known psychological fact that facing challenges, facing fears, doing the things that you're scared to do, taking those risks are what builds confidence in a person, are what builds self-esteem in a person, because you literally see yourself doing what you thought was impossible, right? And if you look back throughout your life and you really look at like those times where you were pushed to do something that you never thought you could do, that you didn't think you could do, you were pushed to face some kind of fear, and you almost get like a high after that. That's like exhilarating, that's liberating, because you were like, holy shit, like I really just did that shit. Like I never thought I could do that, or I feel free now, or like you feel better about yourself. And that is what this Leo new moon is about. What fears do you need to face in order for you to start growing that confidence again, to start feeling better about yourself? There's no more saying no. There's no more saying maybe later, maybe one day, you know, I'll do it eventually, or I'll get to it tomorrow. Like, no, it's now. Like, it is now. Do it now. And it starts with a decision. You don't need money or a car or this person or that person or this thing or that thing. Like, no. All you need to do is make the decision, and the rest will follow suit, because you'll know what to do next, or it'll just appear and you'll just know. Like, it really is. It really starts with the decision, because that decision is basically setting that intention in stone in your mind, and you know, I'm doing this. It's no longer being back and forth on the fence. So anyways, some other things going on for this Leo new moon are we have Venus and Neptune coming in their opposition. Now this can be great for creative writing, doing creative shit, getting, you know, doing something that helps you kind of like, you know, escape your practical reality, or something fun, or something relaxing, something nice, dreams, etc. But also it can kind of be this like balance between escaping and relaxation and running away and doing things for softness and sensuality versus practicality, what you need to do on a day-to-day basis, the small things, the details, the small tasks. This can also be really good for helping people, really, you know, being of service to other people. Now, what I think this is going to really bring up, and where this kind of really fits in with this Leo new moon as well, because the ruler of Venus and Virgo is Mercury, and Mercury is also in Leo. I think this is going to be kind of like, okay, I've made the decision. I want to start doing things differently. I need to start being more authentic to myself. I need to take the lead in this situation. I need to face this fear. I need to do this. I need to do that. And not even I need. It's more like I'm going to do this. Like I'm going to do that, right? Like this is what's happening. And Venus is kind of like Venus Neptune is kind of like having this beautiful vision of it, but also being able to implement the small things that it takes to get to that vision. So kind of like one step at a time kind of energy. So I think this could actually really be really beneficial for this new moon. It could also see where maybe you've been under some kind of spell or illusion. Maybe you haven't been seeing things clearly in a certain situation, especially in relationships with money, finances, things that you enjoy, Venusian things, you know. Maybe there's something where you've been seeing things a certain way, but they really haven't been that way in reality. And it's time to face that so you can actually do something that's going to be more meaningful and fulfilling for you. That's going to drive you more. That's going to give you more respect for yourself, more confidence, more motivation. You know what I mean? So, and what's really interesting about this is the ruler of Virgo, Mercury, is in Leo, like I said, and the ruler of Pisces is Jupiter, which is in Aquarius, and Mercury and Jupiter are coming into their opposition. So this is really getting a higher minded view, a big picture view on what part you want to play in the whole, basically. Now, this could be more so in your community, this could be more so in your country, the world, you know, but either way, it's this kind of big picture view of like, oh, I see what part I'm playing here, and either that's good or that's not what I want. That's not what I want to be doing. It's not authentic to who I am. And so I need to start changing some shit, new beginnings, doing things in a different way, in a new way. We're really seeing like a higher purpose of something. We're really seeing something from a mountaintop. You know what I mean? We're seeing how either what we want to be a part of or what we don't want to be a part of, and how we are contributing to the whole, to the big picture, right? Whether for our lives or whether for what's going on in our community or in our world or in our friend group or whatever. And the reason I'm saying like world and community and all of that and lives, because it is like big picture shit, right? Like we need to find meaning and purpose within ourselves. It starts with us. You know, if we don't love ourselves, how are we going to love other people? We're going to project all of our dirty, you know, our dirty cup of water, like I talked about in the Cancer New Moon video. We're going to project our dirty cup of water that we don't even realize is dirty because it's so cloudy. You know what I mean? Like we can't even see it, and it's in our subconscious. We're going to project that dirty water onto everybody else. And then we're going to be confused and think, oh, they're the problem. You know what I mean? But really, we're the ones constantly projecting on them. We're the ones constantly projectile vomiting. Like the Exorcist on other people. That's just where my mind went, sorry. Mercury and Mars and Scorpio here. But yeah, like we are going to be projecting our own shit onto other people, thinking that it's them, and we're going to attract those kind of people or be drawn to those kind of people into our lives and constantly think, oh, it's everybody else doing this to me, not me. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And so that's why I said in the beginning, self-love is such a big fucking deal, right? I'm not saying it's going to, I mean, I was going to say, I'm not going to say it's going to solve world hunger, but it kind of could, right? Because if we all loved ourselves, we would all love everybody else, right? And then we would all be more focused on helping others, right? I mean, there's no fucking reason that it would exist if we all had self-love, right? It would take care of a lot of our problems today because we would respect ourselves and therefore respect others. We would not necessarily get into relationships, friendships, or relations with others in any way and connect with others in any way because we had these problems and felt like, oh my God, like I'm codependent and I need you. It would more so be like, I'm my own person, you're your own person, and I like you and you add to my life, and that's why I want you in it, right? And yeah, I get things are never gonna be like kumbaya, we're all fucking good, we're all fucking like, you know, peace, love, and whatever, right? Like I get there's always going to be challenge and not every single person on the planet can love themselves. Just saying it's an interesting little psychological theory to ponder, because I do think that if we all loved ourselves, or if a lot of people loved themselves, things would be drastically fucking different. So Anyways, but that is what I have for this Leo new moon. We are going to go ahead and get into the signs. The timestamps will be down below if you would like to skip to your sign. And yeah, love it. All right, Leo, starting with my fellow Leo risings, especially this is going to relate more if you're a Leo rising, so make sure you're watching your rising signs. Okay, so this new moon, Leo, is happening in your first house. So basically, new moon, new you, boo. This is all about new beginnings in your life with yourself. And also, if you are a Leo sun, but you like this is around your birthday, this is basically going to be a year of new beginnings for you and in your life. Yeah, because this would be happening right around your solar return. If you were born on the 8th or the 7th or the 9th, the 10th, anywhere around those few days, your solar return is right around this new moon, so that energy is going to carry out until your next birthday. But back to Leo risings, this is a new moon, new you kind of vibe. So this is definitely a time where it is time to really figure out what you want in your life, where you need to take the lead. This also deals with your body, your appearance. Are you needing to start working on things? You know what I mean? Are you needing to get into health, into exercise, dance, do something with your body? Are you focused on your appearance a little bit more? Are you wanting to change your style? All of these things are beautiful for this new moon energy, starting new beginnings of the self, the body, the appearance, and also things that you want to do in your life, really seeing your potential, doing new things that are going to bring in new opportunities, initiating new things. This is a great time to initiate that creative project you've been wanting to do. To do something for yourself, like go to the spa or go shopping, change your wardrobe, change your style, you know what I mean? Where have you been really slacking on you? And this new moon is really showing you, okay, it's time to pick back up, really get back into you, get back into what you want, get back into what is good for you. There could be massive changes going on within yourself, your personality, your perception on yourself and the world in general. So that is really what you're going to be seeing this coming week, and even like the next couple weeks, moving until we get to the Aquarius full moon at the end of August. So you're really going to be noticing those themes, Leo. Now, there could be some money or financial stuff coming up here. You do want to be a little careful this week, especially if you're a Leo rising with Venus opposite Neptune in your money sector. It could be that you are, doing something beauty related or paying for something beauty related, that you are, doing something possibly health related or paying for something health related. I feel like it's going to be fine. I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad thing, but you just there may be some circumstances for some of you guys where maybe it appears one way, or maybe you are thinking about it or analyzing it in a way that isn't, where you're not like seeing it clearly, basically, is what I'm trying to get to here. Sorry, I know that took me a minute, but so yeah, that's the only thing I would say about that. And you're also really seeing and really analyzing some really big picture stuff and futuristic stuff when it comes to relationships in your life as well over these next couple weeks. So that's what I'm seeing for Leo. Moving on to Virgo. So for Virgo, this new moon is happening in your 12th house sector. Ooh. So this is a time where, like I was saying in your August reading, Virgo, where you have full permission to 100% give no fucks. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm out. This is a time where you have full permission to do you, to get away from the seriousness of your life, or to get away from the other shit. This is a time where you're wanting to get away from your day-to-day kind of hustle, or your day-to-day job, or your day-to-day routine, and you're wanting to just go do things for you. So this is a massive new beginning when it comes to, kind of getting away and really maybe withdrawing, and like working on you in some kind of way. This could be a great time though to get away and do something fun, get away and go on vacation, or get away and go to a spa, get away and I don't know, go like zip lining, you know what I mean? Like really cater to your inner child. Don't be afraid to laugh, joke, have fun, not take things so seriously. It can be a really good escape right now from your normal everyday shit, right? This can also be a time where you are really seeing patterns with this new moon when it comes to certain fears that you have that maybe you haven't been addressing, or where you've been like subconsciously not being yourself and you know, kind of going with the rhythm of your life, or kind of in autopilot almost, like getting up, brushing your teeth, drinking some coffee, going to work, coming home, making dinner, going to sleep, then doing it all over again. You know what I mean? Where do you need to spice up your life? Where do you need to balance that out with having fun, doing stuff for you, getting away, you know, and yeah, like I feel like those are the things that you're really going to be seeing with this new moon. Now also with Venus in your sign opposing Neptune in your 7th house, this could make for some really dreamy stuff in relationships over this next like week or two. Really great for like sex, fantasy, doing something with your significant other that could help you like escape a little bit or let loose a little bit. Like going on vacation would be perfect. I know I keep saying that. And I know the world's kind of getting crazy a little bit again, but like, you know, maybe you don't have to go that far. I mean, you don't have to like go out of country or anything. Just like go to a neighboring state or a few hours away, or get near some water or something. You know what I mean? Like just do something that really kind of helps you release. That's what you need here, is like some kind of release. There could be something going on with your partner this week too, like a little bit of a scandal for some, or even like not really understanding or being confused about a partner as well. It could play out that way too for some, where you're not really 100% sure, you know, if they are being clear with you or not. So that's another way that this could play out. But yeah, you're thinking long term in regards to your job and what you want for your day-to-day life, your daily life, and how you want your daily life to be, and how to kind of get there. And you're really seeing where you need to take things a little bit less seriously and let loose a little bit more. So that is what I'm getting for Virgo. So moving on to Libra. For Libra risings, this new moon is happening in your 11th house sector of friends, you know, social groups, acquaintances, people that support you, all of that jazz. It's like a big social life kind of new moon for you. So it could be really bringing up social life kind of themes, friends, you know, what you're doing, like where you are going after what you're ambitious about, where you need to take the lead. Are you being authentic to yourself in regards to other people? What new beginnings do you want to have, or what new opportunities do you want to follow in terms of what you want for your future, chasing your dreams, going after what you want, going after your ambitions, all of that. So that kind of thing is going to be really big for this new moon for Libras. Now, your ruling planet Venus is in your 12th house sector, coming up on an opposition with Neptune in your 6th house sector. So this could be some stuff that comes up where, you know, you are finally kind of cleaning out your closet, so to say. It's kind of metaphorically, but it could be literally. Where maybe you are wanting to relax and kind of get away, or do something creative, or do something spiritual, do something health related, right? It's like something that may be a little bit like uncomfortable, but at the same time, there's like some kind of benefit to it, right? Or it may enhance something, right? Like, so that's kind of what I see coming up here, because with Venus opposite Neptune in your 12th and 6th, it's kind of like, you know, there's something with like Venus being in Virgo that you may not want to do, but you find a way to do it. And by doing it, you kind of also find a way to have a good time doing it, or enjoy doing it, or find a way by doing it, you kind of escape from your everyday shit, right? Like, it's like, oh, okay, I have to do this task or this chore that I really don't want to do, but I'm going to find a way to do it and enjoy it, right? Like, I'm going to find a way to have some fun with it, or maybe it ends up not being exactly as you thought it would be, and it's not that bad or something, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm seeing for Libra with this Leo new moon. Moving on to Scorpio. So for Scorpio, this Leo new moon is in your 10th house sector of career, authority figures, your legacy, your future goals, you know, your public achievements, what you want to be in the public eye, your reputation, what you want to do in the public eye, what you do in the world or in your life in general. And so yeah, this is definitely going to be a time where there's kind of like a pressure on you, possibly a little bit, because, you know, you're a fixed sign, so this new moon is kind of squaring you. So there's definitely some motivation there in regards to certain goals that you're setting, certain goals that you have, certain achievements, certain career stuff coming up, you know, where you want to be seen, where you want to be recognized. You know, there are new beginnings in terms of career, your path, authority figures, all of that, you know, your path in the world in general. And so that's going to be the big focus for you with this new moon over the next couple weeks. And then on top of that, we have Venus in your 11th house sector, opposite Neptune in your 5th house sector. So this is very much like, you know, really wanting to kind of escape into things that are fun, things that you enjoy, things that feel good to you. But at the same time, there's like these certain, maybe there's certain people or friends that like are kind of like, well, come do this or come do that. This could also be doing something fun with friends, or you know, maybe you're working on something creative and you're trying to put it out there to people, but maybe it needs a few last minute touches, or maybe you need to fix some details. So those are some things that you could see come up. Also with the Leo new moon, you could see like maybe it's time to take charge, or maybe it's time to take the lead in a certain situation in your public life, or in your career world. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time to initiate something new there as well. So that is what I'm seeing for Scorpio. Moving on to Sag. So for Sag, this new moon for you is in your 9th house sector. Therefore, this new moon is all about your belief systems, where you draw meaning, purpose, and faith. So when it comes to life and your life experiences, also higher education, learning, teaching, you know, all of those types of things. So this new moon is really bringing up like, you know, your potential. I think that's the big thing here. You're really seeing your potential, or you're starting something new when it comes to like, you know, doing something for yourself for your future. You know, this is a time of new beginnings in terms of education, in terms of what you want for yourself, in terms of what you want for, you know, what you believe, what you, you know, where you find meaning and purpose. And so you could definitely see these themes coming up. On top of that, we have Venus coming into its opposition with Neptune in your 10th and 4th house. So this could definitely be bringing up some stuff when it comes to career, your public image, your public achievements, your public goals versus home and family, and your personal life. You know, you could be really wanting to kind of escape into your personal life, into your home with your family, or do something there, connect there more, but there could be maybe some details that need your attention, or some people that need you to complete some task when it comes to work or career or something like that. Now this could also be to where maybe you are, you know, maybe you're doing something creative or doing something expressive in terms of career or your home life as well. So those are some of the things that you could see come up, Sagittarius. So moving on to Capricorn risings. So for Capricorn risings, this new moon is happening in your 8th house sector of basically transactional exchanges, energetically, physical, monetary, money, finances, debt. This is a house that is a little more malefic, you know what I mean? It's a house that can be a little bit more turbulent, a little bit more rough to deal with at times. So, but this new moon in Leo, it's really kind of showing you what fears need to be faced, or what stuff that you have lingering that is holding you back from your true potential, basically. And that could be financial, that could be emotional, energetic, etc. But it's really showing you opportunities to initiate something new, in terms of possibly business, money, new beginnings that can happen if you're able to really face certain fears and see your true potential. On top of that, we have Venus opposite Neptune in your 3rd and 9th house. So there could be some confusion this week, especially around like communication, documents, learning, stuff like that, because with this opposition. So, but there is a way to harmonize it. So that's the good thing. Like if there is some confusion around information or something like that, there is a way to kind of sort it out, to analyze it. As long as you analyze it a little bit more, I think you'll be able to find the details that you're looking for. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing for Capricorn. Moving on to Aquarius. So for Aquarius, this Leo new moon is happening in your 7th house of relationship. So this is a massive new beginning happening in your relationship life, basically with other people in your life, or with like a significant other, a marriage, something like that. This is definitely some kind of new energy coming in, an opportunity for some kind of new energy to come in, to initiate something regarding a relationship, or your partner could be initiating something, to face some kind of fear regarding a relationship, to have more fun in your relationships, to let loose a little bit more, to be brave in some regard, or where have you or maybe your partner not been being 100% authentic to your heart in some way? That could be something that comes up too. On top of that, you have Venus opposite Neptune in your financial sector. So basically, just like I told Leo, this could be some money stuff that comes up that, maybe you're not 100% seeing clearly all the way, or maybe there could be something that comes up that you just may want to watch your spending, or there could be something that comes up like an expense or something that you're not quite seeing clearly. There could be something confused about it. But with the opposition, there is a chance to kind of reconcile it, as long as you are, kind of keeping calm and really analyzing the whole thing, finding a way to really move through it and go with the flow, then I think it can be reconciled if there is something kind of confusing that happens. So, alrighty, so moving on to Pisces. So for Pisces, this Leo new moon is in your 6th house sector. So this is a new moon that is really initiating new opportunities, new beginnings in terms of your day-to-day life, your work, your routines, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis that are a little more mundane, boring, whatever, like where it's like the things that you have to do, but maybe not necessarily you want to do. So where could your day-to-day life, your routines, your health, your work use a little bit more drama? Where could you have a little bit more fun? Where could you laugh a little bit more? Where could you allow yourself to face more fear? You know what I mean? Get rid of more habits, get rid of bad habits that are really keeping you from doing the things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis, right? So this is a new beginning where it's like, you are figuring out how to do things in the day-to-day level that are more authentic to you, and can kind of help you feel more aligned with who you are, right? So on top of that, we have Venus opposing Neptune in your sign this week. So this is definitely going to be bringing up something confusing, possibly in relationships, right? So maybe your partner or somebody that you know does something or buys something or something along those lines, and you don't quite understand or you don't quite get it, or you know, maybe you are kind of blaming yourself for it or something like that. But I think those are just some instances of how it can play out. It may not play out like that. This could also play out in a really cool way where maybe you're doing more fantasy stuff with your partner. Maybe you are doing like really creative stuff, like really sensual stuff, you know, going out on a date or going to see a movie or something like that. This could be a good time for that as well. Okay. Moving on to Aries. So for Aries, this Leo new moon is in your 5th house. So new beginnings with self-expression, new beginnings with having fun, children, seeing your talents, expressing your talents, expressing yourself, where you've been holding yourself back from expressing yourself or being authentic to yourself, or really having fun, really tapping into your creativity and your inner child. This new moon is the perfect time to really do all that. And on top of that, we have Venus opposite Neptune in your 6th and 12th houses. So this could definitely be a time where you are trying to find the balance between wanting to kind of escape or have fun and do things and connect to others and you know, relax and kind of get away, versus the things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis, the small details, the mundane things. And so I think that you can kind of find a way to integrate both instead of like one or the other. Find a way to have fun or get creative while you're doing the practical day-to-day things. That could be something that I think is really helpful over this next week or two. So moving on to Taurus. For Taurus, this Leo new moon is in your 4th house sector of home, family, your personal life, your foundation, your roots, your heritage, you know, where you come from, all of that, your memories, like where you know, maybe feeling more nostalgic or having a lot of memories, reflecting on the past a lot. So this new moon is really bringing up possibly your childhood, since it's in Leo, right? Where you want to tap more into your inner child, or where you need to be more authentic in terms with your family, where you need to express yourself more in terms of your family, where you need to take the lead in your household or in a home situation, where you need to initiate something or some kind of new beginning in the family, household, home situation, right? And on top of that, we have Venus opposed Neptune in your 5th house and your 11th house. So this is a time where you could be doing something creative or trying to focus on things that are more fun, get crafty, something like that. But maybe you are, you know, you're maybe trying to express it to other people. Maybe you're trying to get it out there, put it online, or do something creative with it so that other people can see what you're doing, right? Or maybe you're afraid to do that. It could go the other way too. There could also be a level where there's maybe some confusion in the romance department, or maybe you're not being received as you thought you would. There could be like a little bit of like a confusion there or fogginess there, but it can be reconciled, okay? With the opposition, it can be integrated. You may also be kind of like trying to like, you know, hang out with other people, go out and escape kind of like with your friends or work on future ambitions. But there could be, you know, some day-to-day things that you have to do. So that's another way that this could come up for Taurus. So, alrighty, moving on to Gemini. For Gemini, this new moon in Leo is in your 3rd house sector. So this is definitely about self-expression, communication, you know, like really expressing yourself. You know, you could be doing a creative project, learning something new, doing something for yourself, having more fun this week, maybe going on a short trip to do something, or going to the movies, or going to do something fun. This would be the perfect new moon for that. This is a time where you're really tapping back into your fun side, to your expressive side, your creative side, you know what I mean? Maybe there's some kind of new beginning or some kind of something that you're initiating to do with leadership or business or a website or technology or communication or a book or something like that could also be something that you're thinking about during this time. Now, Venus and Neptune are opposite each other as well in your 4th and 10th house sector. So there could be some confusion going on between your personal life and your public life, your career, your achievements, your goals versus your home life, your family, your personal life. Okay, there could be maybe a new vision for your future and you're kind of reconstructing your personal life, your family, or your home to kind of move towards that vision, right? You could also be, kind of inspired to change some things or reorganize some things in your home. So that's kind of how I see it playing out for you, Gemini. Moving on to Cancer. So for Cancer, last but not least, this new moon is happening in your 2nd house, Cancer. So this is a time of new beginnings in regards to your money, your values, the things that are important to you, the things that you, your assets, right? Your possessions, all of these types of things. So, maybe you're thinking about starting something new in terms of income or making more money, or maybe you're thinking about doing something for yourself, buying something for yourself, something along those lines. But either way, this is a time it's like I need to do me, or I want to do something for me. I need to work on, maybe you need to work on self-love, valuing yourself more, self-worth, those things could come up around this new moon. Now, on top of that, we have Venus opposite Neptune. And so this is definitely, possibly a time where there could be some miscommunication or some confusion, when it comes to what it is that you want or what it is that you're learning. If there's something that you're learning, there could be a little bit of confusion there. But this could also be a time where you're really inspired to learn something new, where you're inspired to get creative, where you have some kind of creative vision and you're inspired to express that in some way or put that together in some way. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Cancer, and that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment down below if you're still watching this and let me know if you resonated. I would really love to know your feedback. Really helps my channel and helps my videos, so I always really appreciate it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up with me on a day-to-day basis. I post over there every day. Tons of stuff about astrology and what's going on, and kind of relating astrology to what's going on in the world and all of that. So yeah, I love you guys. I will see you guys in my other videos. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to sign up for my Patreon. Only $5 a month, and you get this month's ritual and my weekly live streams on Mondays, and you can cancel at any time. And I hope to see some of you guys soon. Bye.